So we're going to talk astrology in this video. We know that an extrovert has an extrovert sign rising and vice versa for the introverts. And we've learned some ways of possibly figuring that out if it's not so obvious. If you have correctly deduced which one the person is, you can eliminate 6 rising signs. Now for some basics. Adjacent signs are very opposite each other. So Leo is the playboy and therefore Cancer is not. Virgo on the other side of Leo is not. One of the most striking examples of opposite adjacent signs concerns Scorpio and Capricorn, 2 signs that can represent death, criminality, or corruption in some way. Now we're talking about the signs, not the people. So what's wedged between murderous Scorpio and soulless Capricorn? Goody two-shoes moral Sagittarius. So going around the circle, speed demon Aries is next to slow-moving Taurus, trusting Taurus is next to fast-talking con artist Gemini, living out of a suitcase Gemini is next to homebody Cancer, emotionally invested domestic Cancer is next to adventurous playboy Leo. Playboy Leo is next to virginy Virgo. Virginy Virgo is next to marriage-minded Libra. Peace-loving Libra is next to warring Scorpio. Criminal Scorpio is next to Lego Sagittarius. Going by the rules, Sagittarius is next to bribable Capricorn. Obfuscating Capricorn is next to broadcasting Aquarius. Broadcasting Aquarius is next to I've got a secret Pisces. Self-sacrificing Pisces is next to me first Aries. And so we come full circle. The knowledge that adjacent signs are so opposite each other comes in handy when a person is born on a day that the moon changed signs, because if you can correctly determine which sign the moon was in, you may possibly eliminate a whole slew of rising signs. For example, J.D. Salinger is the author who wrote Catcher in the Rye. The moon changed signs on the day he was born. It went from Sagittarius to Capricorn. It changed signs at 4:04 a.m. As well as writing, he studied Eastern religion. Which moon sign do you think he likely had? Well, let's take a leap and say it's Sagittarius, the writer. So if Salinger had his moon in Sagittarius, there are only 3 possible rising signs he could have. That would be 9 degrees or greater of Libra, all of Scorpio, or up to 33 minutes of Sagittarius. He has been described as a recluse, a hermit. So is a hermit an introvert or an extrovert? An introvert. The only introvert sign in that group is Scorpio. Do you think he looks like he could have had Scorpio rising? Maria Callas was a famous opera singer, but astro websites don't seem to know what day she was born. The following charts have Scorpio as the rising sign. On December 2nd, 1923, the moon was in Virgo. On December 3rd, the moon was in Libra. Astro Charts uses December 2nd. Astro Sage uses December 2nd. Astro Theme uses December 3rd. Astralis uses December 2nd. AstroSeek uses December 3rd. Star Forecast uses December 2nd. AstroDianist puts in both dates, December 2nd and December 3rd. Astroscopia claims she was born on April 12th. So who's right? Let's listen in on a portion of her interview on 60 Minutes.
Whatever I do is never good enough.
A perfectionist.
Perfectionist, unfortunately.
And perfectionists are miserable to live with.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
She said she is a perfectionist. You heard her. You're a witness to that. Isn't Virgo the perfectionist? Therefore, because there are no other planets in Virgo, she likely had her moon in Virgo. Let's listen a little more.
But one senses that you are searching for something.
No, I don't search anymore. I'm at peace with myself, and I accept myself as I am, with my limits, with my advantages. And now, on December 2nd, I will be 50 years old, and I'm proud of every minute of it.
Did you catch that? She just told you her birthday. She said she's turning 50 December 2nd. Therefore, she was born on Moon in Virgo Day. Do I believe she had Scorpio rising?
What's the drama?
Well, you know as well as I.
What?
It's walkouts and sicknesses and affairs and anger and jealousy and what's the drama?
Have you ever walked out on your work? I'm sure you have. Furious one day.
Well, yes, but...
Only you're not in the newspaper.
That's correct. Now,
Anger, if you don't get angry sometimes, even not really, essentially, you never obtain the results. During performances, if I really didn't get angry and they were not afraid, the other people would not work more than the necessary.
you mean they're afraid of you?
Afraid? Yeah, yes.
Afraid of what?
I would have to sort of whip them with my angers. If you don't whip them into working twice as hard, either morally or by your, shall we say, tantrum, which is also sometimes false, they would never be able to come at that date, shall we say 3-4 days, as I prepared operas in 3 or 4 days. If I didn't really start screaming and yelling, you wouldn't have the result. We would not have gone on stage.
All right. You would not...
Yes, I believe she could have had Scorpio rising. She's going to whip them into shape. Every planet that has dual rulership has dominion over an introvert sign and an extrovert sign. Take Capricorn and Aquarius, both of which are ruled by Saturn. Capricorn is the introvert, Aquarius is the extrovert. Before Capricorn is extrovert Sagittarius, and after Aquarius is introvert Pisces, both ruled by Jupiter. Before Sagittarius is introvert Scorpio, and after Pisces is extrovert Aries, both ruled by Mars. Before Scorpio, there's extrovert Libra, and after Aries, there's introvert Taurus, both ruled by Venus. And finally, before Libra is introvert Virgo, and after Taurus is extrovert Gemini, both ruled by Mercury. There are a lot of extroverts in Hollywood. For example, you'll find a lot of Libra rising for female actors because they try to be as attractive as possible, and this does not go unnoticed in Hollywood. Now, if we were doing a who's who of Wall Street, then the horoscopes you come up with may have a lot of Taurus rising for the bankers, Capricorn rising for the CEOs, Scorpio rising for the stockbrokers. It just depends on what industry you're dealing with. Tinseltown is a very sociable industry where a lot of partying and networking goes on, so human relationships are paramount. You may get work because someone likes you or finds you attractive. An important feature to have for actors are interviewing skills. It's very important you present well and not come across as inarticulate or a social buffoon. And extroverts tend to interview best. Libra rising Leonardo DiCaprio claimed he was interviewed to death. Well, that's because he presents well. He has interesting stories to tell, and people can easily follow his logic. This is really important if you are the lead in a picture, because you're the one who's going to have to go out and promote the picture, and you generally do this through interviews. Another reason that being an extrovert in the entertainment industry is a big plus. That's all I got. See you in the next video.